Chatting with Cherubs.
Hello and welcome back to Chatting with Cherubs. It's episode 82. I'm Morgan Release and I'm here with the incredible
Gearóid Farrelly, and I'm here with the wonderful and unnerving
Josh Jones.
Oh, is that what the heat does to you, Josh?
Will it? Ah.
For the listeners, should we tell them what you
I
were
was
doing?
just trying to distract Gearóid while you were doing the intro. I was trying to put him off. So I just put my top lip over my teeth.
I used to do that all the time as a kid.
Yeah.
Did you see that Leanne Rimes? You know Leanne Rimes, the singer?
Yes. Coyote Ugly. What a film.
Yeah, she was singing a song in her concert and her bridge fell out. Like, apparently she has fake front teeth. So humiliating.
That's so funny.
No, especially if people don't know as well.
I know. And then she did this like really earnest Instagram post about, you guys know that I've had a lot of dental surgery, and it's like, no, you were probably boxed in the face when you were 15.
Can't fight the dentist. That's a very niche reference if you don't know Leanne Rhyme. That's the only song I can think of. Can't fight the moonlight.
Oh yeah, she also had that song How Do I Live?
How do I live without you? Yeah,
I've never seen Coyote Ugly. I've never heard these songs. The only thing I know about Coyote Ugly is that me and Josh went there after his last tour show.
Yeah,
in London.
The London one. Yeah.
After Josh's big gay show, we went to watch some women dance on a bar.
Yeah, it was really good. Do you know when I went to the Manchester one? I don't think the Manchester's still open. And I went one day on a weekday, right? And I thought it'd be like the film, and it was not like it was actually quite sad because in the film they're like dancing on the bar and they're like loving it. But I literally saw in real life one of them get off the bar and go to get off the dancing bit and then go to one of the girls behind the bar. It's your turn now. And I was like, oh no, that's so depressing.
Yeah,
she's not
so
dark. She doesn't want to do it. And then they dance to Bewitched. Some people say I look like my dad. And I was like, this isn't Coyote Ugly.
Oh, so bleak.
It is.
It's
bleak.
like there's a place in Dublin where when it's your birthday, all the waiters get up and do. But
those sort of restaurants,
so
how are they in
depressed.
business?
Yeah. They're on minimum wage. Let's not make them do this.
Yeah, it's really grim.
I worked as a waiter for years, and when I hated it when I had to come out and sing Happy Birthday. I don't know you. Just fucking eat your cake and fuck off.
I would have loved to have been a birthday boy with Josh Jones singing Happy Birthday. So frustrated and reluctantly. Happy birthday to whoever.
But
Happy birthday.
I will say I was probably one of the best waiters to ever have done it.
I'm sure.
Not
I'd say you probably just did the first line. You're probably happy birthday to you, and then just walked off.
Yeah.
But I think I was a good waiter in general, but not for the places that I worked, but for the punters. But there was one place where the guy didn't even really do like a check on anything. So if people would kick off and be like, those drinks are free, don't worry about it. And it's like, it wasn't for me to say that. But it just if something wasn't like out on time, I'd be like, your drinks are free. And then no one would know. And I just never got in trouble.
Yeah, wow, you are like really up and down as a waiter. you won't say happy birthday to him, but you give him loads of free drinks.
Yeah, but isn't that what you want?
Oh yeah, you're the right sort of waiter.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in the band, I remember the one pizza restaurant. They had to sing Nessun Dorma, but like every hour, and you sort of just go like, some people like are there for 2 hours having a meal, which means that you could see Nessun Dorma 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh. Did you sing it?
No, one of the staff did.
Oh my god!
Did they sing it well?
All right, but after
they're a waiter at the end of the day.
Yeah, they're a waiter in a pizza bar down Cardiff Bay. You know what I mean?
Well, that doesn't mean they can't be the next Pavarotti. I really like Aretha's version of Nessun Dorma.
Oh, is that the one where she didn't know any of the words?
Well, she kind of did, but she did it with a bit of... she went so nasally they didn't matter. And then it went like from English to the original to English.
But isn't there a story behind that?
Yeah, she did it last minute, I think, or something.
Yeah, like she was literally backstage and they were like, so-and-so can't sing Nessun Dorma. And she was like, well, do it.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah, Pavarotti was ill, so she was at the Grammys and went, I'll sing it, don't worry.
And she didn't know the words.
You've got to love that. You are born with that audacity and that confidence, aren't you?
I'll do it, don't worry about it.
Yeah, sit down, Pav. Get him a Lemsip.
Just get the words up. We'll karaoke this bitch.
Yeah. Pavarotti's at home with a souvenir in his mouth being like, she's singing it in fucking English. I don't know
a bit of Italian, and I don't know what that is. It sounds like she's mumbling.
Is that Greek?
Did you see the Christmas video of, I think it's Patti LaBelle at the White House, and they start to sing the song, and she's like, "Where are my backing singers?
Yeah. Where's my backing singers at? Where's my backing singers?" She can't.
They're the
hear
wrong
him.
words.
Yeah.
But it looks like a community center. Like it looks shit, and the whole thing is an absolute mess. And then at the end, Bill Clinton walks in, and you're like, "Oh, this is a big gig to screw up."
Oh God!
Talking of huge gig. Morgan's just been to the Glastonbury Festival.
I have.
As a performer. But
I have.
But everybody wants to be a performer there because you get a free ticket.
You get a free ticket and a +1,
And
nice
a
toilets,
+1.
nice showers, and they feed you.
Yeah, you're in the VIP section.
Feed you?
Yes, they feed you.
I didn't know they fed you. That's new information. I knew that.
Well, a little bit. Like they got some sandwiches out for crew, and if you're nice to the crew, you get the sandwiches.
Yeah.
It was brilliant, breathtaking, everything you'd want, and I'm so glad they are years apart because I am a shell of a man. I'm burnt to a crisp. I am on about 8 hours sleep over 4 days.
I'd be dead.
Yeah, that would
There's
kill me.
so much to break down. Where to start? I can start with saying how much of a great time I had. The people backstage are great. I will say though, like I had so many people messaging me going, "Oh my God, you're here! I can't wait to see you." You know, like when you've like a friend is in the same city, like when we were in Barcelona.
Oh yeah.
And you go like, "Oh, we got to make this work." None of it works.
Is it just really sprawling? I always imagine it's really okay.
It's exactly as you'd imagine because I'm a little Glasto virgin. I've had my cherry taken now. I've had my Glasto cherry taken
Violently by the sound.
Yeah, violently with my consent. Violently, roughly, and totally without.
Is it much bigger than Latitude?
Oh, about 20 times bigger.
Bet you get your steps in. What steps did you do a day?
Okay, brilliant. How many steps do you think? I was there Friday, Saturday, left on Sunday evening. How many steps do you think I did on Friday?
So I'm going to say Friday's the day you got there. Say you did 20,000.
Remember, I'm Welsh and got tiny legs.
25,000.
I did 34,937 steps on the Friday.
You know that I love to get me steps, and
I love getting my steps
and
in.
I'm a bit like obsessed with my step. So I think that if I went Glastonbury, the most exciting thing would be getting over 30,000 to bring me over our average up.
Yeah, that's the only reason you'll do the
That's the
Glastonbury
only
booking.
reason I'm going.
I love the reason I love a festival is I love the food.
Yeah.
I do. I love a festival nachos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't really drink much at a festival. To queue for ages, and I'm all right with for me, the food is, I love a food van. I love a food.
You can take in your own booze and you can take in your own food.
No, you're not I wouldn't take my own food.
No.
It's not like when I go to the cinema with my dad when I was a kid. I'm buying the confectionery. I'm paying for the money. It's part of the experience.
I want to get ice cream that's made on a block of ice. You know, they do that? They scrape it. Oh,
Yeah.
Do they do that there? I've only ever seen that on videos, like in China and
Oh yeah, like, probably in like the proper hospitality places. But yeah, festival food vans, the way they're all next to each other, it does give, and how eclectic it is. It does give, like when you have to defrost a freezer and you've got to eat everything in it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're having hash browns with berries. It is that sort of
what was the best thing you ate?
I hardly ate anything. There was a Greek wrap, which was really nice. And I had some vegan dosa, which was really good as well.
You're the wrong person for me to question about festivals because we would do it so differently. I think, Gearóid, you're more of if we went to a festival together, you'd be with us in the day. And then from 7 o'clock, you're listening to fucking mad shit, getting strobe lights put in your face. And me and Gearóid are having a lovely conversation, eating some nice potatoes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're having the poutine.
Yeah,
Then around 10 o'clock, we go back to the tent, turn on the hotspot, watch something on Netflix.
Yeah. The sleep.
Watch Glastonbury on the BBC player. You can't see out there.
Yeah.
Chatting with Cherubs.
How many people did you see? Did you see more people here than you did when you were at the Primavera?
Yeah. So, because it's literally like Primavera, there's not that many stages, but the Glastonbury, they're right next to each other.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, we went to go and watch Self-Esteem, who again did an out the park performance, but right next to her was a queer space called Scissors or Scissoring, and so you just go like, oh, we can just leave from one to the other.
And was there no nosebleed?
A little bit. It depends where you stand, but yeah, it's awesome. Bumped into loads of people as well. I mean, we went to go and watch Idris Elba.
What was he doing?
He's a DJ.
Really?
Yeah.
What songs
really,
was he?
really good.
Songs was he DJing?
He does like garage and all that sort of stuff.
That's rapping, English rapping, isn't it?
Yeah, he's really, really good.
I don't know. I don't know if I appreciate DJs. I really don't.
I just think
it's like it's a playlist.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, it's a playlist and you're pretending to like, turn a table, but it's a playlist.
Yeah, when it's that and it's like the beat drops at the right time, I'm just in the corner be like, do you have any Shania Twain? It's fucking wasted on me. I don't know any of that. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It just makes you move, makes you bounce all through your body, and it builds it up, and it could just be so magic and so big and so grand. Don't get me wrong, it's so easy to be shit. It's really easy. Have you ever seen jazz?
Yeah.
I think unless it's melodic jazz, I think jazz is the worst thing in the world.
Well, Ray's kind of like new jazz sort of vibes. Ray does loads of jazz.
Oh yeah, I like Kadochi is Ray's support act.
Oh really?
Oh
yeah, when they last did a tour.
But yeah, the thing that would be good with Glastonbury is like, I feel like if I went with a group of people, like if I were there with you, Morgan, we could be like, right, you go and do your garage stuff and I'll go and listen to, real music. I'm joking.
Songs.
Yeah, songs.
Yeah.
No, but I'll go listen to my old people music.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I wish I did like cooler music, but I'm just not a cool sort of guy.
Not the same.
No, there's no such thing as cool music or not.
Well, I don't know. It used to be a thing that musical taste was something that you could really get annexed. But I think now people are just like, oh yeah, like now that everything's come back, all of that 90s stuff that people were like, oh, you don't listen to that, do you?
Yeah. I think people do just say it. They just don't say it to us in case they come across homophobic.
Do they?
Yeah. Because if it's like, I love Madonna, they're like, oh, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah.
Tick.
I do think there are some people that use some artists as like gay currency. Like, oh, you haven't listened to the most recent Charlie album. Oh, you haven't listened to the most recent Lord album. Oh, you haven't listened to the most current appointed queen.
Is Charlie XCX a gay person? Like I think.
At the moment, the gays like her, yeah. He's a brat.
I didn't know what were going on till you told me. When everyone said Brat Summer, I thought it was something to do with, do you know, the dolls? I didn't know it had anything to do. I thought like there was a Barbie film. I thought there must have been a Bratz film. I didn't have a, just didn't really pay attention.
But did you not have a Brat Summer, Josh?
Does it just mean you're a dickhead? Because a brat to me is you're a dick. Why are you being a little brat?
Okay, I thought that was a real dig at my music taste then. Sorry, Josh.
No, but growing up,
I know what you mean,
I were called a brat, it's because I was being a little knobhead. So is it like we're having a knobhead summer?
I think it was sort of reclaiming Brat.
But why would you want to reclaim something that means you're a knobhead?
It's like, I smoke and I don't wash my hands. I think that was the vibe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's not okay. But it's knobhead summer this summer.
Yeah, but why would I want to be part of knobhead summer?
You don't want to be a knobhead sometimes.
You don't want to be a knobhead.
I love how annoyed Josh is getting about this.
It makes no sense.
My summer is not Brat, and I stand by that.
I just don't know what.
Just a full 18 months later, we're talking about we're not having a Brat summer.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what it. I just thought it meant like, it were really hot, so they were getting quite arsey about it.
No, I think it was just the name of it. I don't think it's that deep. I think it's just the name of the album.
So the album was called Brat. And Lorde, is Lorde a queer icon?
I don't know if she's an icon.
Has she got music out? I haven't heard anything for ages since Royals.
Oh, yeah, she had an album. Oh, no, she had an album out 2 years ago. And she literally debuted. She did a secret set at Glastonbury where she did her old new album.
What secret? Now, when they say secret set, is that like somebody's pulled out? Oh, we just asked Lorde. She's new.
No, they give they either put TBC or they give a fake band name So, for example, this year we went to see Pulp, but that's because they were listed as a band called Patchwork. Patchwork doesn't exist.
But did you know when you got there?
Yeah, I think everyone talks about it. I think nothing is.
Oh, what would your nickname be then? If you can't be Morgan Rees, who are you going to pretend it is? What you're billing yourself as?
I think I would go as far away as possible. So I probably would go like a proper Indian name just to really get people off the scent.
And then a white guy walks out. That might make people feel a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Might be a bit of an hard set, that Morgan,
Well,
quite a rough gig, Morgan.
I wouldn't be performing as Mr. Nermal.
Yeah.
It would then be, it's Morgan.
Yeah, but it still would really confuse people.
I would
take them off the scent.
I would really want to get the people in. I'd want to get the punters in. So I'd say it was Kylie Minogue or something.
Yeah.
yeah. Just play. She's on after. She's on when I'm done.
Oh, yeah. What would I call mine then? Ooh.
I didn't know people did that.
Did what?
Like, did a secret. I bet, do they always do it so that it's like, if Lady Gaga did it, would she be like, bill herself a telephone? Her fans know.
No, I don't think there's any, they try not to put
There's no coding or anything.
There's no coding, yeah.
Oh, right.
If I was a fan of somebody that did that, I'd be really pissed off.
What, if they coded it?
Like, if it was Lady Gaga and I'd be like, I'm a Lady Gaga fan and she's on, I'd be furious. It would put me off.
Yeah, well, like so many people did. So Haim were there. They did a secret set. I'm not sure whether, I think Kneecap might have done a second secret set and Charlie might have as well. But loads of people did.
Oh.
Everything you're saying is just making me think, no, this isn't. That's not, like, no.
I tell you what might have been for you. The two people that filled the cabaret tent the most. First one's James Acaster. Yeah. And the second one, who do we think?
Morgan
there's
Rees.
three. No, there's three. Sorry. One of them was James Acaster. Yeah. The other one was Taskmaster, because they did Taskmaster. Who do you think the third one is? You both get one guess.
Are they comedian?
They work in comedy.
Well, what does that even mean? Don French.
No.
It's not Ian McKellen, because I saw Ian McKellen in a coat with a picture on.
No, he was the surprise guest at the Scissor Sisters gig with Jessie Ware.
So
they work in comedy.
They work in comedy, but they're not a comedian.
My agent.
Yes. It was Josh's agent.
I feel like we could throw serious shade here at comedians. We could just start naming comedians. They're not a comedian. They work in comedy, but I don't get it. Ooh.
Go on, take a guess, Gearóid.
Okay, I would say somebody like the boy with tape on his face.
No, it was, drum roll please, Basil Brush.
Really?
Oh my God.
I'd watch Basil Brush.
He does an
saw-
adult show.
I
I'd
saw
watch
his adult
that.
show in Edinburgh and it's shit.
Oh, I would watch it. Was it shit, Margaret?
Yeah, it was I saw it in Edinburgh a couple of years ago and it was shit.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did go and watch it, but it filled out the tent pretty bad.
Of course it did.
Of course it did. I'd love that. What have you done this?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what did I do? I did a tour show on Friday
Yeah.
and I've just been looking after my cat. I've got a sick cat
Yeah.
who is doing chemotherapy, but is actually, it works.
Yeah, you
Wow.
told me it was doing.
She's
that.
literally like, she's practically doing backflips. Like,
Oh,
we,
that's such an amazing turnaround to hear.
yeah, it is amazing because we were like we brought her to get put down twice because we
Yeah.
were like, this, she's dead. And now we're calling her Jennifer Coolidge because she's just like, these gays are trying to murder me.
But is the chemo pill? It's pill farm.
Yeah, it's pills. She was in, she got like on a drip for
Mm.
a morning and then we give her pills that we have to like shoot down her throat.
Yeah,
But yeah,
bless her.
but she's flying. She's in really good form. Yeah, it's
that's
great.
good.
So I did that. And then last night I was supposed to go to the cinema with one of my friends. I don't know how you feel about a long movie. I hadn't been to the cinema in a while. And I just kind of wanted to go to the cinema.
Yeah.
And one of my friends, Chris, was like, let's go. These are the two choices. It was like Mission Impossible or 28 Days Later.
Mm.
And then when we got to the cinema, we tickets bought and everything, we realized Mission Impossible was 3 hours.
Oh yeah,
For Lord of the Rings,
and it's part 2 as well.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings, I'd watch it
Oh.
because Lord of the Rings is 3 hours. That's fine. For fucking Tom Cruise pretending he's 25, that doesn't need to be
Yeah.
3 hours long.
No. So we went bowling and got hammered.
Yeah.
Love bowling.
It was much better. It was
Yeah.
much better. And what I've learned is I'm really good at bowling until I drink. And then when I drink, it all goes bad. Really, really
Why
bad.
is it the aim or the attitude you bring to it?
No, he
It's
just
both.
starts
It's
throwing the
both.
balls at the staff.
Yeah.
Chatting with Cherubs.
I feel like that might have to get cut out, Morgan. That will have to go, Morgan. Quite funny, but you'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Morgan, that for somebody, we've obviously cut the section that's just come beforehand, but for somebody who has been on the batter for 5 days to come out with a joke like that, that is
Yeah.
seriously impressive. There is comedy in your bones.
Yeah.
Because I just want to say that was brilliant.
Yeah,
Thank you.
for the listeners, Morgan's just said something really funny, but it would get him cancelled forever, so it has just been cut out. But
Yeah.
we wish you was here.
Yeah. The BBC have refused to broadcast me.
Yes.
No.
So now you've called Gearóid
He's been wanting to say it for a long time. I'm just happy. I'm
Yeah.
happy we're past it now, Morgan. I'm happy we're past it.
Maybe that would be your stage name.
Oh God! Did you see that thing in Paris? Did you see what? Speaking of like summer, Brat summers. Did you see the thing in Paris where they've closed the Louvre Museum where the Mona Lisa is?
No.
And the reason they've closed it is that the staff are overwhelmed.
No.
That's why, yeah, they're saying that the staff have they're sick of it. There's too many tourists. Everybody's doing selfies and they're sick of it. So they just closed the Louvre.
It must be the most undemanding job.
I know. Where's the Mona Lisa? It's over there.
You don't have to clean it. You don't have to maneuver it. You don't have to move it. You're on a point to where the Mona Lisa is.
That reminds me, I went to, when we was in Wales, me and James went to, and the woman behind the till had a big badge on that said, I'm trying my best, right? And at first I was like, that's so cute. And then I thought, oh, fuck, this is going to take hours. And it did. It did. Because no one making 5 lattes a minute is wearing a badge that says I'm trying my best. best. If you're wearing the I'm trying my best, you're making one latte, locking yourself in the toilet, 20-minute cry, back out, another latte.
Yeah,
But-
no, something's happened for you to make that badge because
Yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
sell those
Yeah.
badges.
No.
But what I loved about it was she was getting quite overwhelmed, and like the guy so she was about 60, and a guy about my age came out from the back, and he was like making the sandwiches, and he was like trying to calm her down, and he's like, "No, you're doing great. Like, don't stop panicking. You're doing great." And then he called her mum, and I was like, "Oh, this is like his mum, and she's just here trying to help her son run his cafe into the ground." Like she was destroying it. Sometimes a mother's love can just get in the way, I think. But that's so bad.
About a year ago, I was getting an eye test in Specsavers. And when I was in there, I went in and there was just a guy standing there at like a little lectern with a list. And when I went in, he was like, "Sorry, sir." And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "What, have you an appointment?" So I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Gearóid Farley." And he just crossed me off a list. And then he stood there and I sat down right beside him. And I was waiting for maybe 20 minutes. And in that 20 minutes, nobody came near him. Absolutely nobody. And then a woman, a member of staff, came up and she said, "How are you doing, Anthony?" And he just went, "I'm really overwhelmed." It's just like, I was like, I beg to differ.
I will make you overwhelmed. My God.
But the Mona Lisa stuff, yeah, that would be. But like, don't people just come and look at it? But actually, you have to be careful of the people trying to throw orange paint, because I bet half your job there is looking at making sure people don't come in with paint cans. Because don't
you can't. Yeah. There's a it's behind a screen.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
And apparently there are like 5 Mona Lisas, and you're not even sure that you're going to see the real one.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a bit shit. Like there's this whole backlash against tourism now, because when we were in Barcelona, did you hear about that protest that was going to be happening where they sprayed them with like super soakers, which I don't know, like, but in 40 degrees heat, that's not the threat that they think it is.
Yeah. We're gonna go protest and giving tourists ice lollies.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the one reason people don't go to Barcelona is I think it's going to be too hot in the city. It's like, no, but there's people with like
they were spraying tourists with super soakers.
Yeah.
How would they know that you were as a tourist?
Because I think we stick. Yeah, you can stick like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Bum bags is a good start.
Yeah. People that carry their rucksack up back to front.
Yeah.
I've never got that.
Yeah, I've never understood that. Also, like a backwards cap.
Oh, I did a backwards cap for the first time I'd say since I was a teenager. This looking after my neck.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's fair. Yeah, son. But yeah, okay.
But then you just let your face get burnt.
I was facing away from the sun.
You should get one of those caps that have like a blanket at the back.
Yeah, I should have.
Do you know? I had one in primary school, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely wear more outfits next time.
There was a thing in the news about, can I tell you this funny news story I really liked?
Please do.
So the police were called, I think it was in Devon, because at some wildlife pack stuff, these 2 bears escaped from an enclosure for like an hour. They were still in the wildlife park, but they escaped from their enclosure. So they got all the customers in like a building and they called the police. But the bears, all they did was they broke into the food bit, ate a week's worth of honey, and then went back into their enclosure and slept.
That's what they did with their freedom.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
What a perfect day.
Isn't that so good?
Yeah.
They should be allowed to do that on their birthday.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. That is like me being imprisoned. I break free. I go to the chippy and I go back.
Yeah. God, I've just thought of that. You can never get a chippy if you're in prison.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
God,
Unless that's your last meal.
Yeah. Well, they don't do death row here.
Yes, so unless they throw the chips via the,
Yeah.
the gate one by one. Or maybe that's what you get smuggled in. Other people get drugs,
Yeah,
mobile
right.
phones. Yours is a battered sausage.
Oh God, that's grim.
No chipping.
I've never thought about that.
I've never thought of prison as no chipping. It's made prison way worse. For
Way
me,
worse.
don't it?
Yeah.
Have you ever done a gig in a prison?
No, but I've always thought I would like.
I've done one.
Was it a man's
was it like?
prison or a female?
Women's prison.
Yeah. Was it all right?
It was quite weird because there was no doors on anything. Like, like the toilets or anything. Like there was just no doors.
I'm with you. Yeah. I thought in my head, I was like, how are they in prison?
Yeah, they can just walk out.
It was a minimum security prison. The honor system.
Yeah, that sounds like a tent.
But apparently one of the big contraband things that was in there that was currency was not just the other way. It's like cigarettes, like the trade. One of the currencies was washing powder. I thought that was really sad.
Yeah, that was.
That was kind of
you always. It's always where you least expect sexist tropes to really appear, isn't it?
They were probably told it was cocaine. I don't know. I don't know what it was. When I was leaving, then the warden said, I thought this was really weird because you go through all of the security and you have to have your passport and you have to put your stuff through a metal detector. And then when I was leaving, they were just like, yeah, just through the yard. 1267, that's the code for the gate. And I was like, I'm not sure you should be just giving that out.
You've just said it on a podcast.
No, I don't know what the number was.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm going to hazard a guess. I don't think they're listening.
Yeah. Well, they can, in those washing powder boxes might be some phones with Spotify, and or you can also listen to us on YouTube if you're in prison, or wherever you prisoners get your podcast.
Wherever you prisoners get your podcasts.
Yeah.
And if you are in prison, some people fly phones in a drone. So that's maybe something to think about.
Do please like and subscribe. Well, I'll tell you what, when I look into the podcast statistics afterwards, it can tell us where people are from. I'll see whether any of it
is strange.
There's a subcategory for prisons.
Yeah.
I this weekend, just gone. No, the weekend before, I went with James to his family's near, and then we drove out in the countryside to watch Shakespeare. I know I'm very well to do. We went and watched Shakespeare, but in this big manor house in the middle of nowhere, countryside.
Yeah,
and they have this this outdoor theatre, and there's a big tent over the seats, but it's you can fit about 400, 500 people in there, proper theatre outside. It was a full production of Shakespeare, but everybody there, very well spoken, very posh, whatever. And then it was D1, D2, D3, D4, for the doors to get in. And I think it was the woman of the house. She was the poshest woman ever. And she was ringing this bell and she was like, the show's starting. Very, do you know when someone's really posh and really flamboyant? Yeah. So then I was we was door 2. So I went up to her and I went, hello, where's door 2? And she went, no. I don't think she's ever met a northerner before. And she was like, what? And I said, where's door 2?
How'd you get out of the kitchen?
Yeah. I went, where's door 2? And she literally wouldn't speak. And then James's mum's quite well spoken and she likes to her and just kind of ignored me. It was so mad. It was mad. I've met posh people who are so weird. I remember a posh TV producer said to me, what was it like growing up gay in the north? I'm like, fucking Manchester's a big city, knobhead, suck a dick. But I've met posh people.
Which is what you did growing up gay in the north.
Yeah. But I've met posh people who are just so posh that they're weird. And oh God, a woman who she genuinely was frightened.
I think it goes both ways. Sometimes they can be frightened. Sometimes they go, "Oh my gosh, one of you!"
Yeah, she wasn't.
I've heard so much.
She looked like I was going to mug her, and I was just asking her where the door.
You should have.
She went, I don't know what you're going on about, and I said, it literally says door 2 on the ticket. I'm asking you where door 2 is, and then we found out, and there was a big sign saying door 2. I was like, what the fuck? But it took James's mum speaking to her in well-spoken English for her to know what we were going on about. How mad is that?
You should have got James's mother to call her a bitch and
Yeah.
not spoken English.
James's mum, I think she was a bit pissed off on my behalf.
Yeah. Well, she's a northern translator now.
Yeah. But also his mum's from Birmingham originally. She's just not got as much of a strong accent. She's still got a little bit. But yeah, it's because her accent isn't as strong. And then because James's dad has got a strong Birmingham accent, he was just laughing because he knew if it was him, it would have been the same.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you ever get that with your accent, Gearóid?
No, the only time is London sometimes. London sometimes I find like, why? What's your problem? Like some people will say stuff about being Irish, and I never even think about being Irish. And I'm like, oh yeah, is that not okay? Fine,
Yeah,
fine. I guess because I've always operated from a point of privilege, and then I go somewhere else and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do find myself when I would go to America, I'd be like, doidly, doidly, doidly.
Yeah.
You suddenly become much more Irish.
Yeah.
What TV show or what film or what playwright or what writer would you like to see in the park? Would you like to see Michael Scorsese in the park? Would you like to see...
Ooh, good question.
Sally Wainwright.
I was thinking Sally Ann Wainwright. She writes Scott and Bailey.
Yeah.
And Happy Valley.
Valley.
Yeah. I'd watch Sally Ann Wainwright there.
In the park.
Yeah, in the park.
Sally Ann Wainwright in the park.
That'd be good. I think I'd love it.
Happy Valley in the Valley.
Yeah, Happy Valley. Yeah, that'd be good.
Who would you play?
Oh, I would do Scott and Bailey, and I would, we've already said I'd someone who's been arrested for killing one of his Johns.
Yeah, but who would you be in Happy Valley especially?
Well, in Happy Valley, you don't want to be the bad guy, although I do look a bit like...
The bad guy's quite hot. I met him.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a Wish version of me.
He is stunning in real life.
I was going to say that. Is he actually stunning or is he tall?
Oh my God.
I confuse that a lot.
No, he is just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
He came to the screening of the film I did in London because he'd done a film with the lead actor in that film. And I saw him at the bar and I was just like,
how tall is he about?
He's tall. He's probably about 6 foot, I'd say.
6'4"?
6 foot.
Oh,
6 foot. Oh, he's not as tall as I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
also,
he's a good actor as well.
He's a brilliant actor. Yeah.
It's mad.
We should probably talk about his acting as well, shouldn't we?
Whatever. That's not really what we're here to do.
But
we objectify them.
That was around the same time as The Fall, and it was like that with Jamie Dornan, wasn't it? And it's like, let's make the two most horrible men, but they make them fit as fuck, and you're like, oh, yeah. Then as a viewer, you have like a weird thing in your head because you're like, he's a piece of shit, but I want him to like he's so mad.
Yeah. I wish I was one of his victims.
Yeah, he's like mad.
Yeah, I watched all those women getting killed in The Fall. And I'm like, come on. Yeah. There must be some part of it you're enjoying.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny like how some men can be so attractive that like they can even like straight men. Attract might not be the right word, but like when we went to see you at the Dancing on Ice.
Oh, don't bring that up. Yeah.
Your brother could not stop talking about how handsome the men from The Only Way Is Essex were.
Yeah, but my brother's a bit like that with blokes. I think my brother wishes he were gay.
He's got
your brother's quite hot. I'm going to say that.
Yeah,
he's very handsome. Yeah,
he looks like me though.
Yeah, which is weird, but he's still hot.
I know. If we wasn't friends and you just met me in the street, you would try it.
I just faint.
You faint. No, but everyone calls him Straight Josh.
Yeah.
Chatting with Cherubs.
I haven't measured me willy since I was about 17. I've not really thought about it.
I used to do that so much because I was so self-conscious about it, to the point that I haven't thought about this in years. I kept on leaving the ruler. For some reason, I would do it in the bathroom, and I left the ruler in there.
And they knew what were going on.
And my stepdad came into my room going, why do I keep finding a ruler in the bathroom?
Oh, he didn't need to ask that question.
He did not. And I said, oh, it's because my stepmom was an architect. And I said, oh, I've gotten really into blueprints. I've been trying to make one of the bathroom. And so I had to like fake this blueprint of the bathroom. So I had to go back into the bathroom and like measure everything and do a blueprint. All the while going, oh, your dick's so small and now you're having to fake about a blueprint.
I remember because when you're a teenager, you do get bothered about dick size. When you're older, you're not as bothered. But like when you're a teenager, you're bothered. And I remember actually measuring it. And did you ever do it where you like really like fucking push that ruler in and you're more or less bleeding next to your willy because you're just trying to get an extra half an inch. You just stab yourself in the groin with a ruler.
Yeah.
Yeah, mad.
Yeah, but well, what a way to end the pod. Hey, that is the end of the podcast. It's been so amazing having you all. I've got another podcast called My Bad with Morgan Rees. I'm also going up to the Edinburgh Fringe for the first 2 weeks. It'd be lovely to see you there. I'm doing a work in progress. Josh, you got anything to plug?
Yeah, I'm on tour starting in 2 months. You can get tickets at joshjonescomedy.com. I'll also be at the Edinburgh Fringe for the 11th and 13th of August, and you can get tickets on my website.
I will be at the Edinburgh Fringe also for the first 2 weeks of the Fringe. I will be holding Morgan's hand somewhere. Sobbing, probably. I am on tour. I've got a few days left in Ireland. Gearóid is where you'll find the tickets. And I have another podcast called Agony Rants.
That's it for this week, everyone. We'll be back with a bonus pod on Tuesday and the main episode every Thursday. Follow us online, like and subscribe. We'll see you then, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Chatting with Cherubs.